So, today we're going to break down Dave Ramsey's core principles into a simple, actionable plan. We're going to look at 9 specific ways you can totally transform your financial life and, finally start playing offense with your money in 2026. Let's dive in. Does this question hit home for you? That feeling of just constantly looking at the calendar, wondering when that next paycheck is going to hit? It adds so much stress, so much confusion, and it just feels like you're always a step behind. We're going to talk about how to completely flip that script and put you back in the driver's seat. All right, first up, we have to build a foundation of control. Because look, before you can even think about building wealth, you have to stop the financial leaks. You have to get a really firm grasp on where your money is actually going each month. Here's the absolute core of this whole philosophy. Your income is your most powerful wealth-building tool, period. But think about it. Every single dollar that goes to a car payment, a credit card, or a student loan, that's a dollar of your best tool that you're just giving away. Getting rid of debt unlocks your income so you can finally use it to invest, to save, and to be incredibly generous. So how do you do it? You do it with the debt snowball. Now, this method, it isn't about some complicated math formula. It's all about human behavior. You attack the smallest debt first, no matter what the interest rate is, because you need a quick win. That win, it gives you hope, it builds momentum, and it makes you way more intense as you move to the next step. You actually start to love the feeling of winning. And this is exactly why the debt snowball works. See, winning with money isn't about being a math genius. It's about changing your habits. We all know what to do to be healthy, right? Eat well, exercise. It's the doing it that's the hard part. It's the exact same thing with money. This method is designed to help that person in the mirror get on board, and more importantly, stay motivated. Let's just look at the 2 realities of managing money. On one side, you've got accidental spending. Your money just vanishes. There's constant stress. On the other side, you have an intentional plan, where every single dollar is given a name before the month even begins. The bottom line here is simple. Winning with money is never an accident. It always requires a plan. And that plan is the budget. But we really need to reframe this word. A budget is not some financial straitjacket designed to keep you from having any fun. It's the exact opposite. It's a plan that gives you permission to spend. You can go to the grocery store, you can even go out for a nice dinner, and you can enjoy it without a single shred of guilt because you know the money is there. It was planned for. It's actually incredibly freeing. Now, getting control of your money, it often requires a season of intensity. This is where you might have to say no to a few extras. It could be canceling some streaming services you barely even watch, maybe pausing a gym membership for a bit, or doing your own lawn care. These are all those little leaks that, when you plug them, can free up hundreds of dollars a month. And here is the payoff. This short-term sacrifice, it's not forever. You're making a conscious choice to live differently now so that you can have a future with unbelievable financial freedom. A future where you can buy a nice car, take amazing vacations, and give generously without even thinking twice about it. That's the goal we're working toward. Okay, so once you've taken control of your cash flow, it's time to switch from playing defense to playing offense. This next phase is all about making your money work for you and protecting your family for the long haul. The number 1 rule of building a secure future is diversification. It's like Finance 101, right? You just don't put all your money in one place. It's the old, don't put all your eggs in one basket saying. If you bet everything on one company and it goes under, you're wiped out. But if you spread your money across hundreds of companies, one failure isn't going to sink your entire ship. So how do you diversify easily? With good growth stock mutual funds. A single fund can hold stocks in anywhere from 90 to 200 different companies. So by spreading your investments across 4 types, like growth for big, stable companies, growth and income for ones that pay dividends, aggressive growth for smaller, high-potential companies, and international to get global exposure, you get broad diversification. It lowers your risk while still capturing market growth over the long term. Here's a really simple tip that can save you a surprising amount of money. Shop your insurance. Most of us, we sign up for car or home insurance and then we just forget about it for years. But your life changes and rates change all the time. Taking just 1 hour once a year to shop your policies can put thousands of dollars back into your budget. It's a huge, easy win. Okay, this one can feel a little heavy, but it is so crucial. Having an estate plan, even just a simple will, isn't just for the super wealthy. And let's be really clear about something. Writing a will does not cause you to die. It's about planning for the inevitable and protecting the people you love from chaos and confusion when you're gone. Ultimately, the main goal of an estate plan is just communication. It makes sure that everyone knows what your wishes are. When there's no plan, it creates a vacuum that gets filled with confusion, arguments, and hurt feelings during an already impossibly difficult time. This is about being loving and responsible to your family. So we've covered the tactics, the cash flow, building for the future, but honestly, none of it works without the right mindset. This final section is all about the psychology and the beliefs that really hold up long-term financial success. If you're married, this is absolutely non-negotiable. Study after study shows that couples who combine their finances and work as a team have a much, much higher probability of building wealth. It moves the entire conversation from my money and your money to our goals and our dreams. It's about unity and teamwork, not control. It is so easy to feel overwhelmed right now. We hear about inflation, the housing market, elections, all these huge things that feel completely out of our hands. And you know what? They are. The key is to stop focusing on them and pivot to what you can control: your actions, your budget, your career, your choices. This really gets to the heart of personal responsibility. It's so tempting to have a victim mentality, to believe the system is rigged and you just can't get ahead. But the truth is, your personal inputs, your work ethic, your savings rate, your intentionality, those are the primary drivers of your success. And that should feel incredibly empowering. And now for the fun part. After years of being disciplined and saving and sacrificing, a lot of people actually find it hard to spend money on themselves. They've built that saver muscle so strong that the spender muscle has kind of weakened. Learning to enjoy your wealth guilt-free is the final crucial step in this whole journey. And that's the real takeaway here. This whole process, it's not just about a number in a bank account. It's about the person you become along the way. You build character. You develop the muscles of discipline, intentionality, generosity, and finally, wise enjoyment. You've totally earned it. We've covered a lot, from the debt snowball to estate planning to your mindset. But information is useless without action. So I want you to think about this question seriously. What is the one small, tangible step you are going to take today to start mastering your money?